Hi guys, Mr. Giles here, welcome to episode 18. I had a little go at reorganising my order of battle. It's a little bit more in check now. I didn't have much of an effort and it's pretty totally chaotic at the moment, but I'm pretty eager to get started. All in all, I just sort of really decided which divisions I was sending to which area and what corps are going to be sort of semi-responsible for what regions. So that's right. So I sort of know we've got a plan of action right now. Obviously, it's far more important to be making progress rather than worrying about consolidating, since we seem to have a rather smashing advantage over the Germans. You can sort of see my if I highlight the whole front, you can sort of see what my plan is. There's a little bit of, you can see all my reorganisation here, but ultimately the main push is going to come towards Dresden and ultimately towards Berlin. This, ironically, actually seems to be the weakest part of the German front, and I'm not only trying to do that, I'm going to try and eliminate as many divisions as I can on the way, so as best to facilitate any potential victory I have. As you can see, I'm actually already encountered one garrison division, which I think I'll relatively easily be able to overrun here. We'll swing round into the first French province we're going to liberate. I'm not actually going to liberate France in a conventional sense. It's simply a distraction. There's no need to do it. I'm not dying to do it. It doesn't give me any benefit to actually doing so. So I'm going to avoid crossing into French territory right now, if I can. What I might do is edit the save game file later in the game, so that France exists again, because what actually happens if I was to defeat Germany, I can see a heavy armour division on the move here. If I was actually to defeat Germany and to puppet them, technically Adolf Hitler would remain in power, rather ironically, and also they would keep all their occupied territory, which is not very realistic. So what I might do is edit the save game to make a more realistic outcome, so that France, Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, maybe even Poland exist again. Certainly Yugoslavia and Austria and Czechoslovakia. As I sort of deem it to be very unrealistic, that if that's sort of the peace that would ensue with the game allows for actually did. So we're sort of making reasonable progress. I'm not actually very happy with my attacking at the moment. It's very haphazard, very crazy. You can sort of see German reinforcements are starting to float in from elsewhere, but there's nothing crushingly a huge obstacle yet. Nothing I can really confront without, nothing I can really overcome with difficulty. You can see maybe all those encirclements, all those small encirclements I made early in the game, eliminating 2 divisions when I can, maybe they are starting to pay off. I scored some relatively large encirclements in Italy early in the game, and then those ones in Yugoslavia, and then those ones in Austria. Maybe the Germans are in a worse situation than me. Maybe I have been underestimating my own strength for a long time as well. I'm certainly not going to start calling the shots anytime soon. I know better than to do that. Hearts of Iron games I have seen turn around miraculously quickly. One battle can turn the tide of a war in Hearts of Iron. So I am relatively reluctant to start calling it this early. Certainly the battle doesn't feel won yet, which I know is a really stupid thing to say, but it's true. I haven't won yet. I haven't. There's still a lot of fighting to go. There's still a lot of territory to go. There's still a lot of German forces in the way. It's just that I expect my forces are actually a little better organised right now. And certainly I definitely have the short-term advantage. You can see me here attempting to push up through Slovakia. I didn't realise I can invade from a Slovakian territory, so I'll be doing that. Of course I did that in Italy, so I should remember. So there are some out of sort of place divisions down here which I would like to get. I would like to see how the air war is going right now. Well, we'll let this group prepare, but apart from that, it seems to be relatively okay. Our fighters are holding together, and what I'm actually going to do is their finest hour. So the 2nd of October 1942, it's almost a year this event lasts for, and what it does is just give my Air Force a little bit more staying power, really, a little bit more ability to destroy, to fight against the Germans. It gives a bonus to air intercept efficiency, which is the thing I'm really keen to get. The strategic bombing efficiency bonus I'm not overly bothered by, to be brutally honest. I haven't been using my strategic bombers for strategic bombing. I haven't been using my strategic bombers at all. That was a long sentence. Frankfurt is about to fall. You can see, as I predicted, you know, as the front is thinning out, I'm having a lot more difficulty pushing through. I'm going to have to start using my air support. This is where I would love to be able the AI to do something constructive. Like Italy, there's not a spent force at all. They still have units. They're just absolutely reluctant to deploy them against Germany. So Italy, you are being officially hereby ordered to come and help. And they won't. I know they won't, because they never do. Getting screwed here. Pull out, pull out. Retreat. This is a hard province to take because it's a forested province, and forested provinces are hard. I've just eliminated a garrison division there. You can see this is one of my first modern artillery divisions. Medium tank reliability. I haven't researched that yet. Seriously? Oh god. My tank techs are pretty shitty. My heavy tank, my medium tank techs even. But my light armour has certainly been performing well. I'm slightly reluctant to build more armour at this point in the game, because getting to that point where I should be thinking about the war against Japan, and that's why I put those convoys into production there. So, you know, it's, although I'm thinking quite, you know, heavily about what what are my immediate needs, what do I need to build immediately. I also need to be thinking about my long-term goals and long-term ambitions, and that is definitely going to involve a war against Japan. Certainly, things are feeling a little bit more raggedy right now. I wouldn't like to. This is a battle. They could win that. I wouldn't really like to be in my situation right now. I would have liked to either have scored a little bit more of a more decisive victories in the beginning of the game. I haven't been playing great, I don't think. This whole game, episode, series thing, you know, really, I haven't been playing that great. I don't think I've been playing badly, but this is certainly not my best play, and this is certainly this is not certainly how good I'd like to be. I still feel as if I have so much to learn, and would really, really like to learn. Actually, Hearts of Iron is one of those games where I just, you know, I hate myself. I hate shoddy play. I really cannot stand shoddy play. I cannot stand lazy play, and I feel I'm sort of being victim of both at the moment. We will prevail here. You can see the Germans are starting to put up a much stiffer resistance. It's over here where I think the decisive battles are going to be fought. This is where the majority of their sort of resistance ad hoc resistance, albeit, is sort of based, and they're going to force out Leodet. His division won't hold. Wow, wow, big casualties in that battle. And now we're under attack again. I'm going to try and hold this province as long as I can, because I want to buy myself the time to encircle something, and maybe score a small encirclement of nothing. These two divisions should punch through this province. I'm beginning to wonder what Slovakia will bring to the war. If you've been watching, is it El Pip's comedy series about, comedy AAR about Slovakia, it's very hilarious. I would recommend watching it out. Something like Inevitable Defeat. It's pretty funny. It's like it's him talking about how rubbish Slovakia is, essentially. And he starts in the 1944 scenario, so they've just realised how deep I've penetrated Germany. You think of it like this. The German border is down here. I have pushed an awful lot further than that. Dresden, even Berlin is almost in my sights. And certainly no one, in this a historical scenario, no one would ever question British power in the Second World War. If this would be the true restoration of empire. This would like the AAR. This would be a restoration of empire. I'm building some convoys, as you saw. What else are we going to do? I'm going to build an interceptor. The other thing I should be starting to worry about is this beast, the Soviet Union. It's quite interesting though, because the majority of this game has been me v the Allied, v the Axis, and I've made quite good progress, I think. Got a whole corps coming in there. I'd love to punch through this bloody province. I won't do it though. You can see I'm paying much more attention to my battles right now. It's because in this stage of the conflict, as it sort of gets more intense, it becomes more important, really. Oh, I'm absolutely failing at the moment. I'm failing to sort of exploit on my huge advantage right now, and it's really frustrating me. Come on, Italy. Oh my god. Oh my god. They are coming! The Italians are coming! That's not something that Germany has to fear very often. It's not something that anyone has to fear very often, to be honest. The Italians are coming. I've just realised this is only HQs. I can punch through. Breslau is another city which is just within grasp. I'm just going to have to screw my order of battle up completely, I think. It's the only way that I'm just going to have to make sure I have the presence in every province to make any kind of decisive blow. Wow, this division is doing quite well. They're fighting two divisions and beating them both. We should be able to get this infantry division here, albeit just with infantry. Ourselves. Running down an infantry division with infantry is pretty impressive. You don't hear that very often. Got them on the run here. I thought they were in a worse state than this. A better state than this, even. They aren't. We may lose this province. We will use this weapon. Don't attack that. I've got to keep my infantry moving. It's so easy to neglect every division in scenarios such as this. Dresden is not far now. They're still better than us. We're going beyond our air covering again. Our air cover again, which is unfortunate. So we're going to have to retask our fighters. Air intercept. This is where their finest hour becomes quite helpful. Our finest hour, even. Their finest hour hasn't been released yet. Someone asked Paradox why they called their finest hour, and they said, because you can't have enough Churchill, which I thought was quite a good response myself. Churchill was quite a figure. As was Stalin, actually. I just read a biography about Stalin. Very interesting, has to be said. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was... I don't know, I haven't got my book right near me. I usually do. Simon Montefiore something. He's a very good biographer. Probably, well, a very good historian, to be honest. Wow, impressive range in these close air support. They usually are severely lacking in range. Smash this armour. Ah, we already have. I need to think about what I'm trying to achieve. 2 divisions on the run, 2 divisions on the run, 1 division on the run. I'm doing this the wrong way around. I should be using my armour for the flank, not the infantry. German surrender progress is at 36%. Knocking Germany out of this game would pretty much mark victory for me. Oh my god, they're attacking us with core HQs. See, the Germans are seeming to be a little tad desperate right now. In a non-arrogant, non-self-professing, I'm going to win sense. I think if Germany was going to deploy something which is going to be game-changing, I think they've left it quite late to deploy it. You've noticed I've left 1 corps behind. The reason for that is mainly because I want to keep something in the UK. What did I just attach that to? The 5th Army? Why did I do that? That's a really weird choice. It's mainly actually because what I'd like to do is once I have whittled down the Germans to 1 VP or 2 VPs, probably on the coast, seeing as I'm actually pushing from the south, which is weird. I'm going to try and storm Wilhelmshaven, maybe even Danzig or Königsberg or Rostock with that corps, and it would be game-changing. I would love to know where the Wehrmacht is right now. Like, well, that division is holding fast. Oh, there's a river there as well. Bloody rivers. Sometimes they're quite difficult to see. It's very difficult to see there's a river there. We should be okay. We should hold that. I'm going to push into Breslau. I'm going to call this attack off too. Dresden is about to fall. One of the Germans' largest industrial cities. It's a level 10 province, level 10 IC province even. My brother overheard me commentating once, and I said the word IC, and he said, "What did you see?" And it was very cringy. My brother finds it hilarious that I do these, but you know, to be honest, it is a really weird thing to do. Like, so I sort of completely understand him. Seeing how shattered that front is, I'm going to send 2 divisions up north. I feel a bit like Dowding, like Hitler, Churchill asking right now. Churchill, of course, is the head of government. Whoa, Conservative Party. Wow, they would win an election. Like asking Downing in the Battle of Britain, where's our strategic reserve? And Downing replying, there is none. You know, it feels very much like that at the moment. I feel like I'm throwing everything I have against the Germans. And if it's not going to work, then it's going to be Operation Failure. It really is. We've managed to get another division here. Every division we... Oh, look, here we go. This is what I was worrying about. Heavy armour divisions. They are starting to arrive now. I've seen them about. I know they've been in Denmark. I've seen them in Denmark. I saw one going through Berlin. So it would be interesting to see what they bring to change the game. I personally think they won't do too much. Predominantly because... you know, if they've sort of left it too late to deploy them. You know, they had the opportunity to deploy them in... They had the opportunity to deploy them in the Alps. They had the opportunity to deploy them in Czechoslovakia, and they chose not to. So now they've left it to the point where half of Germany is under occupation, which, you know, realistically, you know, shouldn't really, you know, they could still win. They could still come back from this, but in a war of attrition, you know, I've denied them a lot of IC. I've denied them a lot of leadership, and now I believe their base IC is a 196, which is significantly lower than mine. So, you know, if it came to that, then I would actually win. Not that I want it to drag out to a war of attrition at all. You know, my whole gameplay has been all about trying to deliver decisive blows, trying to deny Germany of its innate advantages, you know, its innate superiorities in, you know, in terms of IC, in terms of leadership. And really, in terms of you know, the sheer size of its army, the Wehrmacht should be so much larger than the British army, but yet I haven't really got the impression. Oh my God! Here come the Italians! This is something I should have done that earlier. This is something that I really was not anticipating. I was not anticipating this front at all, and it's good to see it. It's fun. I'm really enjoying this right now. It's just a shame I'm going to have to go away again. This is probably where my very rusty play is coming out, by the way. When I said I was rusty when I got back, this is really what I meant. Like, you can tell I'm not using my divisions efficiently. You can tell I'm not really thinking quite clearly about what I should be doing right now. I don't have a great plan. But calling the Italians in is going to help, because if nothing, they're going to occupy territory, and that should divert their attention. They may win that one. They will win that one. Eventually. Some very intense battles going on right now. You can see this Karma Corps is moving up. They're scared by this heavy armoured division. I'm wondering what stats it has. Certainly if it's anything like my medium armour being worse than my heavy armour, which is a plausible situation, it shouldn't be too much to worry about. I can't tell if they're retreating or not. I think they may just be HQs. Berlin is in sight, guys. This is getting close. We won a double gold today, by the way, in the Olympics. We won a gold in the cycling. Is it rowing? We won a gold in the rowing and a gold in the shooting, which is odd because we are not a great shooting nation. Despite my best attempts to make Britain very good at shooting, we aren't very good at shooting, mainly because there isn't much casual gun shop, much casual gun sport in the UK. There is some hunting and stuff, but not on a large scale. You can see my holding attacks are failing abysmally, but I don't care, because essentially what I've managed to do is eliminate that. It's ironic though, because I'm having to tie up the majority of my force to try to kill the majority of their force, but neither of the majority of our forces are deployed in areas towards Berlin, or indeed even the Rhineland. Germany isn't actually defending its key regions, it's sort of neglecting them horrifically, to be honest. I should be running into SS divisions, all kinds of crap right now, and it doesn't really feel like I have that much opposition, to be honest. I'm starting to think about VPs. Now, this is definitely not a situation I anticipated. I'm thinking about taking this place, Bitburg. So I'm still waiting to hear what you'd think about how long you want me to go on with this AAR for. Because I asked you I asked people quite early in the game whether they would like to see me do a sort of Operation Unthinkable Cold War scenario with carrying on this AAR as so to a war with the Soviets. To include a war with the Soviets, that is, or whether you'd rather me move on to another nation. And I'm still waiting for your votes on which nation I should play as well. I'd accept votes for any major and nationalist China. I've changed my criteria a bit. I know I said like Australia and Canada and stuff, but actually I've changed my mind. I'd rather play a major. So, Nationalist China, Canada, Nationalist China, America, Germany, Italy, France, USSR, Japan are your choices. Obviously don't vote for the UK again. I'm not going to listen to anyone that says I should vote for the UK again. Well, this heavy armour is definitely making a decisive contribution to the battle here. As I outmaneuver it heading towards Finsterwald and Potsdam, they are just sitting there, which is a good place for them to be. Oh, there are 3,000 casualties there. Oh my god. I don't know what battle that was, but definitely a big one. And these guys are about to be eliminated. 15 infantry brigades, a tank destroyer brigade. These guys are also going to be eliminated, albeit slightly slower. Well, there we are. That's a whole ton of troops we've just killed again. I don't know how many exactly. I'm going to redeploy some infantry for the push for Berlin, and I did not think I was going to be saying that anytime soon. The Italians are here. It's so nice to see allies contributing. I've been so used to this AAR just being me fighting bravely against overwhelming odds, and well, not I say overwhelming. I've defeated Italy and Germany. I don't think it's that overwhelming. I mean, fighting against slightly unfavourable odds. I should cross the Elbe. And to be this successful, like I've never anticipated that. I'd never anticipated Europe looking like that. I'm going to check on the supply situation in Denmark. I don't think they're going to be able to push me back. And there's more heavy armour defending the strait. So we got another encirclement. The German front is just collapsing right now. They do not have a blind clue what to do about defending. When you see a front like this, this is when you know that you're in real trouble, because your opponent is pushing you hard. A raggedy front like that is the sort of either the sign of a very successful campaign or the sign of a very unsuccessful campaign. I would actually say it's usually the latter, but shit, there's Hungary in the war. Oh my god, no one had told me that. Well, they took their time, guys. Hungary has come to the defence of Germany. I'm not going to do anything about it for now. I'm going to let everything run riot and me to defeat Italy. Italy were defeated a long time ago. Me to defeat Germany before I start worrying about taking on the Hungarians. Certainly they're not going to make a decisive contribution. They've left it too late again. This is another example of the Axis being too late in this game. Well, there's the heavy armour division starting to make a contribution right now. But they're still being outmaneuvered. And Berlin is about to fall. Hungary is going to be a pain, though. I don't want to deal with them. It's gone so far beyond my air support. Whoa, it's even further than that. Strategic bomber command. Not runway cratering, I want ground attack. I'm using them on ground attack because I need some kind of air support. Hungary's intervention to the war at this time, certainly an odd decision. I don't exactly know what they're intending to achieve. They are not going to be able to take me on. They're not at all. We'll see if you get the Italians to help us. I keep seeing Italian flags and thinking I'm entering sort of battles in Italy, and I've done a lot worse than I have. Hanover is sort of in sight. Sometimes when you see attacks like this, it's just best to actually attack them. I'm going to test the Berlin defenders. We're not going to be able to take it right now, but Berlin is not strong, essentially. I brought in some infantry earlier with the sole purpose of being the assaulters on Berlin, essentially. This is where having some kind of transport helps. Oh, there they go. I'm going to go and do Operation Gamey. Magdeburg. We lost Magdeburg. That's a city. We must retake it. Oh, for God's sake, this heavy armour keeps getting in the way. They're supposed to be faster than them. This is an odd decision. Ineffective bombing. Well, we are using strategic bombers. You wouldn't expect them to be great at it. We could just rush over Budapest. We'll do that. Resistance is stiffening. Or rather, I'm just losing momentum. That's what I really meant to say. This always happens. You always get to the last hurdle in taking on a big nation like Germany. And it's always that last bit which is just the extra bit hard. It's what sets a successful operation from an unsuccessful one apart, so that you can sort of maintain momentum in the closing stages of the war. Or not. I know I could encircle Berlin, but it wouldn't really help because they're garrisons anyway, so And they're pretty much assured not to escape anyway. I'm going to check on the Hungarian progress. Pretty pathetic, to be honest. I'm going to defend Wien. Yes. I'm trying to think about where would be the best place to take from the sea. Danzig is probably a good target. Or Hamburg. Hamburg and Kiel. We will land... I'd like to say here. We're putting these guys out. Come on, let's keep it moving. Like, my play has gone to shit. I feel like a very mediocre player right now. Not that I was ever a good player. Just chucking in troops crazily. This has reminded me that Romania needs to die too. Obviously they're on the kill list anyway, but especially important that they die now. Because they're willing to intervene to save Germany, and I can't risk that, to be honest. I think Germany is very close to collapse. These are important provinces, these two. They are, I ironically haven't committed much to assaulting them. I'm wasting IC, a lot of IC. Oh, we've got some new commanders. We've got a whole new batch of commanders. That's good. No, not flotilla. Yes, actually, maybe flotilla. We're going to build a multi-class battleship. Battleship? We're going to build a multi-class carrier. And the reason we're going to build a multi-class carrier is because I can't see the war in Europe lasting much longer. So we finally got this heavy armour division encircled, and this is where it was always going to be a hard slog to take out the heavy armour division, to eliminate it, because it's bloody strong. Heavy armour is so difficult to kill. Actually eliminate. I'm zooming by a long way our close air support was off. I'm going to find an airbase where we can rebase them to. Can't see a close enough airbase. Castle. Castle, that's what the Northerners say for castle. It's because they can't speak English very well. It's not being racist, by the way, that is just a joke. Actually, it's been proven that most studies actually say that that the Northerners speak English much closer to how English should actually be spoken, to how it was historically. But the South is all pretentious and like, ooh, English should be spoken like this, and not true. You can see my carriers have come off the coast. I'm going to try and break this division as best I can. It's getting close, guys. The fall is not long now. I'm rushing for VPs. I'm thinking more about VPs than I am anything else, and that's always a risky point. You always neglect your whole front when you start thinking about where's the VPs I should take. Where are the VPs I should take? The Ersatz division. So I'm pleased I called Italy, and they have actually made a contribution to this. And the battle for Bitburg is about to ensue. The loss of that province they just lost is significant. 60% surrender progress right now. I bet you guys want to see how Berlin is going. This is the Battle of Berlin. Fisher K, the General Browning, wow, he's very good now. General Browning, Christy Miller, and Anderson DF are fighting Ernst and Fisher K, who aren't very good commanders. So it's the 400th Ersatz Garrison Division, the 232 Infantry Division, the 6th Infantry, the 14th Infantry, and the 50th Infantry Divisions. And India is making, oh look at this, victorious Battle of Berlin. Great work, men. Great work. And just to see if we can add insult to injury, let's see if we can pull Denmark, Norway into the war. No, they won't want to join us. Which I understand, actually. I'm not sure why Norway would want to join the war at this point, to be brutally honest. It's not really very advantageous to them. But the loss of Berlin is going to prove pretty disastrous for Germany, really. Which also means it's going to be very disastrous for the Hungarians and the Axis. 30 VPs will be lost as once my units have taken Berlin. Oh, we've taken Rostock as well, actually, which is quite. I didn't know we'd push that far. It's 87%, guys. That's how close Germany is to collapse. It is not long now. And now the assault on Dusseldorf has commenced as well. I cannot see Germany lasting any longer than a few days, really. I'm assaulting this province because it's going to be pivotal in my assault on Hamburg. And on Kiel as well, really. Well, I have to say, I'm very disappointed in Germany. I was really expecting them to be a much harder fight than this. And I'm not a great player, and I have managed to beat them, and that says something about Germany. And Bitburg is under assault, so one way or another, they're going to lose this right now, right here. Actually, I'm going to check which province... Okay, this province is okay to assault. Whether they lose Hamburg, no, Rostock... Well, they've lost Rostock. Whether they lose Dusseldorf, Bitburg, or Hamburg, they're pretty much screwed right now. Germany is about to fall. The beast is about to be slain. And they've gone for one desperate last attack on our bridgehead to see if they can get anything out of it. And this is where I should really expect them to launch like a disastrous assault. All the time their heavy armour is still sitting here doing nothing. I'm going to call this attack off, there's no point to it. Hamburg has broken. And the Hungarians are starting to push us back. You should probably think... You were probably all thinking that I should order my attack more correctly on Hungary, but I don't really see the necessity of doing that. If once Germany is broken, once the front in Europe has sort of been stabilised, I'm not actually just going to pull everything out of Europe and deploy against the Japanese. I will need to put in something to defend against the Soviet threat from the east, and obviously Romania needs to be broken. That won't take much of effort though, so I will be pulling out an awful lot The majority of my armour, I suspect, will be kept in Berlin. Not in Berlin. In Europe, since Southeast Asia is not actually a great theatre for armour to fight in. You can see right here, I'm actually struggling to break down the defences in Berlin. Then again, it is a city, and that often does happen. Let's check this under pros. 87% now. We must have taken a small VP somewhere. 12 VPs may just do it. So 12 yeah, this is it. If we take Bitburg and Dusseldorf, they've lost. And this is they hadn't invested so much in garrisons. I expect there was a whole whole situation would have been different. Look how many garrisons are just sitting doing nothing. It's an awful lot of actually what I'm gonna have to pull back my armour right now because it's at risk of being encircled. Not destroyed. There's a big difference between like a dangerous encirclement and an encirclement. I can just simply drive back to Allied territory here, but if their front was stronger, they would be probably lost. Yeah. So. Well, if they lose Hamburg as well, it's all over, totally over. Oh, okay, sweet. They've lost Bitburg, 98%. It's a race for the nearest VP, and the question is, will Hamburg fall before Dusseldorf falls? We have 3 divisions, 2 divisions in play, 1 in reserve at Dusseldorf against 1 division, and a whole load of divisions in play here. So. I suspect it will be Hamburg, as we'll break them down faster, but the other division... no, it will be Hamburg. And they're attempting to call in reinforcements and stuff to relieve Hamburg, but it won't work. They've left it too late. And as a final insult, we've encircled a division without even trying. Well, I'm sorry, Germany, but you've been taught a royal lesson, you have. You have been taught that Britain is not meant... this is not a repeat of the First World War. We know, we knew what to do this time. That was just a warm-up. I'm pulling out my carrier fleet. Carrier fleet provided some temporary valuable air support, however, but it's right now my battleships are supplying valuable shore bombardment. So the Royal Navy is playing a part in the fall of Germany, so that's suitable, feels about right. And the Battle of Hamburg naturally went very heavily in our favour. So they will surrender today at 0 at 12 o'clock. No, at 24 hours. 24 hours they will surrender. So, are you ready for it? 2 hours to go, guys. 2 hours. 2 hours? I can't count. 4 hours, apparently. And... actually... right. Puppet. Yes! Look at this! The map is how it should be. Well, apparently we've conquered some of Poland. It's a bit odd. That's not quite right. Germany has fallen. France has been liberated. I'm not quite right. Germany has maintained control of Greece and Yugoslavia, so I expect I'll edit the save game to give back historical control. I may mod in Albania again. Luxembourg needs to come back. But, oh yes, what a good war that was. That puts us a long way ahead of the Allies, of the Axis, and with Japan out of the war still, the only nation that is fighting us is Hungary. It's not a situation Hungary really wants to be in, if we're honest. It's fighting the remnant of the... well, it's not actually quite yet. It's fighting the Italians and the British. That's going to be pretty disastrous for them. And that's the order of battle. I hope you can make sense of that. It's pretty obvious to me. Very clear, very concise. That's the best type of order of battle you could look for, but ultimately we won. So we don't need to worry too much. We are actually going to temporarily lose wartime laws, which is going to be quite ironic. Don't know what's down here. Oh, it's Malta garrison. We're going to redeploy the Alexandria HQ to Venice because I think they did well. Dill did well, leading those assaults. Did very well. I'm going to start thinking about what I should take out. The 5th Army is predominantly consisted of infantry. So, in fact, it's entirely consisted of infantry. So, I may immediately evacuate these. Provided there are none involved. Oh, sorry for this lag. Provided there are none for the assault on, yeah. I wonder if Poland will regain its territory in a minute. I hope so. I don't want to keep Polish territory. Mind you, I do find it funny how Poland has lost territory to the Soviet Union with the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. And I suspect Hungary is quite worried right now. Screw you, America. I have to say, that's good fun. We won. Vichy France will be destroyed, obviously, but that's not immediate priority. I can't believe we won. I'm so surprised. And now the might of the Wehrmacht fights for us. And the might of the Wehrmacht is a terrible, terrible remnant of a broken army, essentially. The reason I'm not declaring war on Romania immediately to maintain wartime laws is for a number of reasons, and the biggest of those is, of course, the fact that that would bring Japan to the war. But whilst we have, I'm going to recall my my transports and send my reserve fleets out to Colombo. Well, I'm just recalling the majority of my forces out to back to Britain, transport fleets in particular. So let's get our transport fleets home because we want, and our scouts actually. What's here? Okay. So our scouts will go out to Singapore. Oh no, let's put them here. This is a good place for them to go. 4th Transport Fleet. I know I've renamed them quite a few times, so they could just be things like 8th Navy, which it is. The 8th Navy is indeed 12th Navy, no. 9th Navy. 2nd Carrier Fleet. That's just 2nd Navy. 1st Navy. 17th Navy. My god. A whole load of navies. Oh, we have divisions that aren't attached to anything. Let's attach these to the 3rd Army Corps. Time for a new Army Corps! 5th Army Corps or 4th Army Corps? 5th Army Corps, I think. Oh god. It's quite ironic that I've totally run out of free points on my command chain. Yeah, so I'm going to pull my 5th Army out to Wilhelmshaven immediately. And for now, we'll just go for a sort of haphazard assault on Hungary. They're not a very big concern, to be honest. I'm just going to VP rush them. No point prolonging this conflict. Don't need to worry about encirclements. We definitely have the force to push them out. So, whilst that is the case, the first army is going to deploy here. I'd very like to apologise for the sort of shoddy recording a few episodes ago, and of course the shoddy play in this one. And I'm going to say it again, I'm not a great player. I am not a great player, honestly, I am not. It means a lot to me that you guys think I'm not a bad player, but please don't tell me I'm not a good player, because I know I'm not. No, we're actually losing this battle. That is something I did not anticipate. I suspect we'll still win. Just because we're British. So we took Precise, so that's added 30% onto their surrender progress straight away. I'm hoping they'll surrender when I take Budapest, but otherwise I'm prepared to push on to Drebeken. Actually, it doesn't look like that will be the case. We'll help the Poles mop up. Be an interesting battle, this one. Armour v crappy infantry. I would like to give back the Poles back their territory, and it was never my intent to take anything. French want to sell us some metal. I'll let them sell us some metal. We're very rich now for a Hearts of Iron nation. That's money we've stolen, mainly. Stolen from the Germans and the Italians and etc. And the Ethiopians, of course, they're very rich, let's not forget them. This won't take long. Again, I'm invading from uninvadable territory, Slovakia. Just look at the ministers of Germany. Oh, Adolf Hitler. How strange. We don't need spies in Germany anymore. We need spies in the Soviet Union. Unfortunately, Japan, with Germany out of the war. Oh, it's not looking long for you. Well, I don't expect that. Are they at war with us? No. Oh, we'll have to mop up Saudi Arabia as well. That won't take long, again. It's just annoying their 1VP is right in the middle. Like their capital is right in the middle in reality. So, the Sauds have come to the rescue of the Axis. Germany failed to be its main industrial power, so Japan and the Sauds are going to give it a go now. I expect Romania and Hungary are regretting their decision to place their faith in ill-founded ideologies right now. Historically, though, if I remember correctly, Romania did not want to be a member of the Axis. It was forced to be a member of the Axis by Germany, and fought, of course, in Barbarossa But then when they were liberated, in inverted commas, by the Soviets, they fought very willingly against the Germans and were a major part of the Battle of Budapest, actually. So there we have it. The Romanians are perhaps still democratic. My units are quite experienced. I hope they surrender and take Budapest. I want to reorganise, and I can't do so whilst I'm at war. Where's my new armoured corps? I was the 16th. Ah, we've got slightly better tanks. Good. Slightly better. But slightly better, these ones have a gun. And treads. So let's have a quick comparison. Just a quick post-war comparison, actually, whilst I remember. So, the largest force... Wow, I beat Germany by a long way, actually. So the largest force is the United Kingdom, unsurprisingly. 401 brigades in total. That's 250... No, that's 150 more than Germany. So I was never right, in other words. I was saying the Wehrmacht was much larger than me. Certainly was never the case. And if we actually compare their actual combat units, 144 are garrisons. So essentially, Germany has 100 garrisons, 140 brigades. Because they rarely fought their garrisons at all, actually. So they only have 9 infantry brigades, 4 motorised brigades, heavy armour, 2 heavy armour brigades, no light armour brigades, no armoured brigades. So really, Germany was a totally spent force. It's absolutely no surprise I defeated them in that respect. If we look at their navy, France is the second largest navy. I have the largest by a massive mile, as you'd expect. Germany, 2 transports. And so that's... And finally, Germany have topped me on the air front, and it felt like that, to be honest. I was never really winning the air war. But I'm not a long way behind them. And certainly my progress on land was not hindered too much by the fact they had air superiority. Tartar I thought was in India, but never mind. Hungary is about to surrender. They are not going to be conquered. They are going to be puppeted. Oh no. Oh, they were to point in the right place. Guards infantry. Again, Guards infantry. I just think it's the wrong name for infantry, for British infantry. British infantry should be like Indian or, you know, something like that. Malaysian, not like... Not Malaysian. Yeah, yes, Malaysian. Not like Guards, because Guards just sound so Soviet. Smashed them in Budapest. Yeah, see, look, the siege was started by the Red Army and the Romanian Army. See, there we are. I'll take the manpower modifier since we can't take anything else. Fuhrerbunker is like their best commander, by the way. It's against Davy, who's one of our worst. I'm going to end this episode once I've conquered Hungary, because I think that's a sensible place to end it. Oh, they haven't surrendered. Now I have to keep fighting them. I have to keep pushing. Oh, they have another VP down here, so no wonder. How laborious. Hungary should just accept inevitable defeat. And we are launching a new carrier. HMS Indomitable has just joined the fleet, the Royal Navy. I don't know where my carrier air group is to go with that. Should have another one. I'm going to pause it slightly. I don't know whether I accidentally put it with a... Whether I accidentally put it with a RAF wing. You can see my play with the RAF, however, was very shoddy. I'm going to check my... Oh, there's one very close to finishing. That must be the spare. That must be the other one I need. These are my spare ones. I do remember these are spares. So they're going to go down to Singapore, where they're probably much more needed. And we're going to place 2 light cruisers into production. The Royal Navy is nothing to be laughed at right now. So Hungary prevails, so slightly longer episode than I thought was going to be the case. You see, without any effort I've managed to essentially wrap up the breakaway divisions over here. And as we can see how powerful the Soviets are. Quite. I just hope they don't declare war on me. Because I really don't have the capability to hold the whole front now. The Soviets, you know, Germany had about 140 combat brigades. Italy probably had about something similar, to be honest. The Soviets, they probably have something like 1,000 combat brigades. I looked at the medals table for the Olympics today. China is just in front. They have 1 more gold medal than the Americans. That's how close the margin is now, and it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds. In some ways, I'd like the Chinese to beat the Americans because you know, China has really sort of put a lot of investment into its sport over the last few years, and you know, I think, you know, it's about time they had some payout, because there's now so many sports which were historically, you know, China was not very good at. However, it is now, and I think that's commendable, to be honest. Of course, I absolutely hate their human rights policies and things like that. I think it's despicable. But you know, I think at sport, when we're thinking about when, you know, the Olympics is supposed to be a non-political event, I don't think we can really begrudge the Chinese for those. So yeah. Whereas the US seems to be dominant in every single sport for the last forever, so it'd be nice to see someone else win. But Britain are 5th again. That we were 11th yesterday, and now we're 5th. That's how many medals we won today. Today and yesterday. Before yesterday we had no golds. Now we have 4. So we won quite a lot yesterday. I had an Australian friend. He calls himself, weirdly calls himself the Irish Rover. And he was talking to me about the Olympics, and he was saying that he was annoyed that the Australian team weren't doing very well. And this was literally like the day after the Olympics had started. And I was like, yeah, but you know, you've got 16 days left to win something, and Australia will win a lot, because they always do, because they are a very strong sporting nation. But he was like, oh, but I judged critically, or something like that, which I thought was a hilarious comment. So, credit to him. He's a good friend. He's he sort of helped me moderate the our casual gamers. I think I've managed to gain about 7 more members out of doing these Let's Plays, which was never really my intention, but it's a nice byproduct of doing it. Enjoyment is the first one. I loved doing this, actually. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so here we go. Our carrier groups are done. Where is it? Did I deploy it straight to a carrier? Well, I have to say, I didn't think you could do that. Or did I deploy it at all? No, it's just a myth. I was about to say, things you learn every day in Hearts of Iron or something along those lines, but it was not to be. So we got one of our first, one of our first cores has arrived, and we're going to deploy these to Malaya. Malaya is valuable because it possesses essentially all of Britain's rare materials. I'm pushing for Cludge, even though I don't have enough troops to cover the front. And I'm going to get rid of the Italian objectives I set in Germany. I don't want to screw up the AI. Where else did I set them? They can remain on Budapest for now. I'll put them on Cludge. It's nice having Germany on your side. It's not often you see that as the allies. Mind you, my manpower. Oh god, not looking good. I'm going to need a clean and swift war in the Southeast Asia, which is something I generally am good at doing. I tend to try. I'm quite good at sort of finishing conflict off quite quickly. As I suspected, Hungary was not much of a challenge, and it's not me being angry. I'm not being angry. Being arrogant, it's just as it is. I didn't need to worry much about organisation for this. I had overwhelming superiority. Generally, when a minor goes up against a major alone, it's going to end badly. When a minor goes up against a major controlled by a human, with the vast majority of its army deployed in that theatre, things are going to go horrifically. That's generally how it works. I want to know where my transports are. I feel as if I may have lost them. And I don't really mean lost in like a sunk sense. I mean just lost as in a I'm so incompetent I've lost my transports sense. It's annoying me because I need them. I need those to invade. Right. Where are you? Transports. 13. I have lost transports. Oh. I don't know how I lost transports. Oh, well, that's bad. That was bad play by me. Ships sunk. No, I haven't lost them. No. Okay. I still don't know where another 5 are. I swear I should have more. Building another 5 won't do any harm though, so I'll put 3 up. I'll put 2 up first. 2 finish immediately. Oh, good, we got combined arms warfare. That's a great tech to get. There, I think this is Hungary's third city is about to fall. I'm not really sure. I am disappointed that South Africa never decided to join me. Part of the Commonwealth, you know, you think they should be really keen to get in. You know, they're not even... Never mind. It's nice to get Norway in, but it's not to be. I would like to put my own music over the top, really, but I don't know how. I'm not good enough at editing video. And I wouldn't put any crappy modern music on. I'd put Mahler or Brahms or something, which is ironic, really, considering this is a British Let's Play. But unfortunately, Brahms and Mahler are probably my two favourite composers. This is a direct comparison between a British infantry brigade, British infantry division, and a Hungarian infantry division. There is no comparison. I'm gonna smash them. Even two Hungarian infantry divisions can't win. That was quite a costly battle, this one. Victorious battle. You can read that if you want. We'll take the manpower modifier. I hope they're surrendering now. Yay! We have victory! Yay! Crappy consumer goods orientation. We are not going to keep these peacetime laws for long, don't worry. We will be indiscriminately attacking Vichy France or something, I don't know. We will, at the end of the game, we'll attack Vichy France anyway. Annex them into French territory. But our next operation will come against Romania, and we'll see the redeployment of forces in Europe to Southeast Asia and on the Soviet border. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As a summary, Germany has died, and Japan is next. Japan is going to prove a difficult, hard opponent to fight. They have naval techs which will be probably better than mine. They may even have just as many carriers as me. The IJN is definitely not a force to be underestimated, and the IJA is a substantial force which could wreak havoc in Southeast Asia. It is not quite as formidable as the Wehrmacht, but unfortunately the terrain is far more worse than the terrain we had to fight in Germany. So we're going to put jungle warfare and amphibious warfare into the research queue whilst I remember. So thanks for watching, guys. I've had fun. So yeah, see you soon. Bye.